Hi guys! Hello guys, welcome back to DVD Diaries. Now, you might recognise this set, yeah, world famous, but today we're moving out of the set and into the street to get the live public reactions on the hit sensation Wuthering Goat. DVD Diaries! With us, Rachel! There we go, there we go.
You excited?
I'm very excited for Wuthering Goat.
Where are we going at?
We're going to our local independent cinema to support these films, although we don't really want to support Wuthering Heights, but we are.
Wuthering Heights, not Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights. Because we thought, we'll see what the hype's about. See, because if we're going to criticise a movie, we feel like we have to watch it. For sure. And also we want to see Goat, because we want to support... it looks so good and we want to support animation like that.
We're desperate to vlog with our new camera.
Yes, we are.
So,
what are your predictions, Rachel? Ooh, flip the script.
Flip the script here, guys. My predictions for Wuthering Heights, I reckon I'm going to give it... I'm thinking 2 stars maximum, I'm thinking lowest... Yeah, it's got to go from half a star to 2 stars, I think. And it depends on like how much, I'm not sure how much substance there is going to be. I think like the costume itself is, like the costumes do look good, even if they look, some of them look kind of cheap, but I think some of them actually look kind of cool and like the colours are done quite well. I think it's one of those films where people who don't really understand film think that it's good, but it's not, if you know what I mean. Ash is nodding, Ash knows what I mean. And then Goat, I'm aiming high. I'm thinking 3.5. I mean, the trailer looks good, so I'm ready to be blown away by Sony Animation, so I'm always ready for a good animated film. And also, I think Ash is pretty gassed to see Goat.
Go.
So yeah, our bus is in half an hour. Come with us, guys.
Oh my goodness. We're seated for Wuthering Heights.
Look what we got. They're like put free posters outside, so we're gonna get posters on the way out, like
hoppers.
posters. So it's like, and we bought like our waiting cupcakes.
Yeah. They're from Waitrose, but please, Waitrose are not representative of me as a person, okay? I'd never been to Waitrose until 20 minutes ago.
I mean, they were expensive, but they weren't as bad as I thought they were gonna be. So
yeah,
we'll take the win.
Yeah. So seated for Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights. So I've never read the book. I know barely anything apart from obviously what I've seen online. Whoops, tried to not get anyone in the show. And so my predictions are, I think I'm gonna like Charlie XCX's score, because I've seen obviously clips and I do like Charlie XCX music. Do I think it's gonna go well with the vibe? No. I'm not predicting to like the historical accuracy, but I am predicting to like the costumes and cinematography in like a music video way. Yeah. I've seen people comparing her to like spiritually Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah.
And
my
so,
favourite.
I don't mind Baz Luhrmann a lot, but I know that Baz Luhrmann is not like...
I liked his work. No, I didn't. I liked his Romeo and Juliet, but I despise his Gatsby. His Gatsby is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. So.
I don't think it's good, but I don't hate it. But that's because Rachel's more of an English girly than me.
Is this a vanilla or chocolate film? I think it's a chocolate film, personally.
Well, you're opening the chocolate. I think I'm not going to like it that much. I think I'm not going to like Jacob Elordi's fucking attempt at a Yorkshire accent as well.
Also, you can't...
At the end of the day, like, Heathcliff is completely whitewashed, so I'm just... And it's such a huge part of his character that he survived the slave trade, so it's like...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
At the end of the day, I try not to go...
He came from, like, Liverpool and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's never, like...
Right.
It's never, like, said explicitly, but it's so obvious and, like it's obvious. Like, it never says that, like, he's black, but, like, it says he's, like, dark-skinned and from Liverpool and, like, has all these really difficult, traumatic stuff.
Anyway. I try to go into films, even ones that I know I'm not going to like, with a kind of clean slate. Because if I go into it being like, boo, I'm going to hate boo, then it's going to, like, just taint my whole perspective of the film anyway. And so I'm trying not to be like, boo, I'm going to hate it, but I'm keeping in mind, obviously, the historical accuracy, and I'm keeping in mind the whitewashing.
Boo, I'm going to hate it.
So we'll see. I don't think I'm going to like it based on what I know already, but I'm trying to have an open mind. I don't know. So... So it's actually, the cinema's bloody packed and we've never been here before.
We're coming back for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Free posters everywhere.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Oh my god, that lady's got the cup of tea.
Oh bloody hell! Could have had a brew. Maybe for Goat.
Maybe for Go.
Because we'll be
We've
here.
got like a 2-hour break.
Yes.
This is gonna be like the best day.
We're like, seated for Wuthering Heights.
Wuthering Heights. It's like 2.5 hours.
Okay, we'll let you guys know. Bye.
Hello everyone. We are back post Wuthering Heights. We have like an hour until Goat kicks off at 5. And we've gone to a Waitrose 3 times. We spent so much money.
Not representative of my character, guys.
Yeah, I was like, oh, let's eat something before we like have a big discussion. But every time I try and say something, it's about Wuthering Heights. Have you rated it on Letterboxd yet?
No.
What are you gonna rate it?
I don't know.
I've given it 1.5, which is what I thought I would give it.
No, I really did not like it. I felt no emotion the whole time, apart from I don't know, boredom, disgust.
I literally had my head in my hands at one point. Did you see?
Yes.
It was very funny. The end got me when just when Jacob Elordi was like, oh, like, Kathy, please don't go. But I'm desperately trying to convince Ash that that's got more to do. It's just, bro, it's because I like know so many people who are like
I'm not
dark.
judging you.
No, I know, but it's like I only felt it because I've had that conversation with somebody before. Like, I've had instances where I've like seen somebody for the last time and it's been very, very like traumatic. So it's like whenever I literally watch anything along those lines, I get really like upset about it. Owen Cooper was really good though.
Yeah.
Owen Cooper, he's such a good actor. He really, yeah. I was overhearing because we were also in a cinema full of old people. Bless them.
It was
bless
literally
them.
only pensioners.
They literally, and us, and they thought it was going to be like the book because obviously they don't know. Actually, Emerald Fennell, you suck. Like, you've ruined a bunch of old people's afternoons. Like, and I was looking around during like all of the many, many, many sex scenes, and like the guy behind me was like, it was awful. It was so bad.
How deep into a review do you want to get?
Pretty deep. We've got an hour.
I made some notes.
Yeah, well, we tried. Ash made better notes than me.
No, well,
Look at this, guys. Appalling.
I thought the film was very overly expositional a lot of the time. Or it's like, well, Heathcliff, I'm your sister, or whatever. I don't know, just things like that. Yeah. I thought the racial undertones did come to light at moments. For example, throughout the movie, like, the dad says, like, he shall be your pet. Gross. And I thought, like, I don't know, if they cast a person of colour, like racial discrimination, like, I feel like, I don't know, I felt like the line, he should be your pet, was like,
it's the problem is that Heathcliff's racial identity is such a huge part of his character, obviously, because in the 1800s that completely decided your like cultural experience. Obviously it was during obviously during the slave trade, so like it's so fundamental to Heathcliff's character. So going into it, I was very, very unforgiving that they basically had whitewashed Heathcliff. And I think if you look at the motivations behind not casting a black Heathcliff, it's awful, because what she's done is she's turned it into like this massive the whole film is like yearning, like them like marrying other people just to get back at each other, and it's all yearning. So what are you saying by then not casting Heathcliff as a black person who he fundamentally is a person of colour, because it literally he says it in the book, right? And it's you're basically saying that like you can't make a film about people yearning for each other if one of them's black. Like, it's crazy and it's stupid, and it's one of those crazy instances for me where I think that the book that was written in, I can't remember when it was written, sue me, but like in 1840 whatever it was, I think it's more progressive than the film, which is just crazy considering they're 200. 1847. That's almost 200 years apart in between the film and the book, and I think the book was more progressive.
Okay. I thought a lot of the scenes were shots were overly shocking for the sake of being shocking. For example, there's in the opening scene of the film, a man is being hanged, and two young boys say like, "Oh, he's got a stiffy," and then they're chastised for being like, they're like, "Oh, don't be gross." And then there's a close up, a very intense close up shot of like the tip of the dead man's penis, like hard in his pants, and that is just never brought up again. And it was shocking for the sake of being shocking, like actually just shock value.
Like we get the message. Sorry, this is gross. I'm eating. How stupid do you think the audience are? Kind of thing. Like
there's a lot of that.
Like we get it. We get the point without you having to have like a close up. Like I feel like the language that maybe the writing was trying to tell and the language that the camera was telling were just not really compatible.
I thought everyone looked really weird. Margot Robbie looks her age. I think she's like 36 or something, and she looks it. And Jacob Elordi's like, what, 27? They look it. And then Hong Chow is, she's meant to be like an older, and she's not that, like, when they're children, she's not that much older. Like, she's not visibly older than them both. Maybe by a couple of years, but not much. But Hong Chow is 46 in real life, and so when they show, like,
Older,
like,
really.
present day, like Margot Robbie's 36, let me get this right actually.
This is the other thing, and anyone who's been following like the Wuthering Heights story will have known this from very, very early on. Like pictures that leaked from the set of Wuthering Heights, we saw Margot Robbie in that horrific wedding dress, and it got everyone talking about like how much older she looks. Like it's nothing on her. She looks like she does. The point is that she doesn't look 18. And Kathy is supposed to die tragically young. That's the whole point, right? They're supposed to go through this whole thing and it happens insanely young. And she's supposed to be young and horrible. Like in this film, they really, really leaned into like Kathy being like really like nasty all the time. Like she was constantly saying she behaves very young. But when you've got like a 40-year-old behaving that way, it's like less endearing. And like the thing is you're always supposed to like not really like Kathy because she sucks, but you're supposed to have that, but she's 18, so like you're supposed to think, well, she's just a kid, like she's going to grow up. But when the kid is already grown up and is still behaving that way, you don't have the emotional attachment to her. So then when she dies and is an idiot, you're like, okay. And then when Nelly at the end is like, you're selfish, disgusting, and like whatever, I was sitting there being like, yeah. I don't know.
I literally did not like any of the characters, and I mean, and I liked young Heathcliff because I think Owen Cooper did a good job. Like, Margot Robbie is 35, Jacob Elordi's 28, and then Hong Chow is 46, and they fucking look it. And it's fine to look your age, like, oh my god, look your age, but it's like,
why were they cast? Is the question.
Yeah, why were they cast? I think, so in the movie, the character Lily, she has a dollhouse in, like, the dining room, and it's very ornate and beautiful and, like, intricate, and she gives Kathy a doll of herself to put in the house. And I wrote down that I think that Lily's dollhouse is a good analogy of how Emerald Fennell plays with these characters. It's very beautiful and very pretty, but it's very hollow and meaningless. Like, I literally, like, because there's a shot of, like, inserting a hand into the dollhouse like it's the real house, and I'm like, that's just fucking, that could be Emerald Fennell's hand, because that's what she's doing. The sets look like pantomimes at times, like when they're, spoilers, but like when their father dies, with all the, it's supposed to look like artsy and experimental, but it looks like a pantomime. Like he dies a drunk, and so they have all these green alcohol bottles like on either side of his corpse, like just piled really high, and it was literally like a pantomime. I was like, yeah, we get it, he's a drunk and that's why he's dead.
The other thing I thought was interesting is that in the book, basically it's much more leaned into that the idea is that Heathcliff is that guy's the father's illegitimate son,
Right.
in the book, and it's leaned to, like, their sibling dynamic is much more leaned into. And in the promo for this, I've seen lots of clips of, like, I think it was Emerald Fennell and, like, other, like, people, might have even been Margot Robbie, saying that they leaned away from the sibling thing to try and make it less weird, because their relationship is just was obviously really weird in the book, because they're, like, acting like siblings, probably are also siblings. Right. And it's like weird. And it's supposed to be weird and uncomfortable. And that's that's the point and the idea. So when I went into this film, I was expecting them to have completely got rid of the whole sibling dynamic that was going on, but they didn't. There were like references to like, oh, like the whole thing about you're my pet, like I'm just gonna play with you, and like it was so weird. And like I think they called each other like siblings at one point. I didn't write it down specifically because I can't write in the dark, but I just said I thought they leaned away from the sibling thing, ? Like I don't know, it was really, really odd. I just think if Owen Cooper wasn't in it, or if the younger kids didn't do as good a job as they did, I literally would have given it like literally half a star. I kid you not. Like the rating I gave was completely for, I thought for moments like Charlie XCX's score was actually kind of cool. But the whole thing just felt like a really choppy music video. And the other thing I wrote down is that it felt like the trailer, with the trailer scenes extended slightly, with like 1 minute on either side. Because I felt like we were watching the film, and then in my mind I was just piecing together the trailer. You know, it was so weird. And some of the costuming was like kind of cool. Like I can appreciate that it was kind of cool. But when it's constant, like insane production value being thrown at you all the time, it felt like the golden scene at the end of a pantomime, but like at all times, and by the end of it, it's just like, all right,
give it a rest.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I lost the connection with the characters as soon as Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi came onto screen. I felt like the younger kids did a really good job of like building the foundation.
Owen Cooper's great.
Genuinely, the second Margot Robbie came on screen, I was like, right, okay, never mind. This is like
she's got.
And also the other thing is that with the whole age thing, before we move on, is that her dad, Kathy's dad, does call her a spinster, which is interesting because I know like back in the day, like you were called a spinster much like earlier on, so it doesn't work quite the same way. But I did think it was interesting. It felt like they were maybe acknowledging that the characters were a little bit older than slightly older than they should have been. But they were still acting like they were 18 because they didn't change. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like weird.
Well, like on the casting as well. Anytime, especially like Margot Robbie and Hang Chow, any time they were in a scene, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is chronic case of iPhone face. Like actually chronic case of iPhone face. Like
he literally looks like a modern day guy. This guy has not, like, been running around on the moors.
No.
I
can tell you he's not.
He's been having his face shaved by just some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's
Filler.
Yeah.
Filler City. Yeah. Jacob Elordi's like shoving his fingers in Margot Robbie's mouth. He does like multiple times, but in one of them, it's very slow and supposed to be seductive. And you can just, all he could see was he was shoving his fingers in her mouth. And all I was thinking was veneers. Veneers. Turkey teeth, veneers. Fine if you want fucking veneers, Margot Robbie. Your teeth won't fucking look like that. Her dad gambles. He spends all her money. He didn't take care of her properly. She would not have fucking veneer turkey teeth.
What I did quite like is Owen Cooper, he had like dodgy teeth when he was younger, which I thought was really cool because like his smile, like it wasn't like photoshopped, whatever, like flawless, like every shot Margot Robbie was in, but it was kind of cute and cheeky and like different, and I felt like it only grounded you in his reality. But then he had perfect teeth when he grew up, so I don't know.
It was so laughable, and like it completely just took me out of the scene. Like I did not care about these characters at all. Actually, the one character I did kind of care about was like the husband, because he was low-key acting his ass off. Yeah. Like I think he outmogged everyone. A thing I thought was weird was that like one of the only insults Clive says to Kathy is he calls her a bitch. I was like, right.
You know, I wrote it down.
Yeah.
I said, you bitch, in quote marks, you lost me. You fucking lost me. Are you joking? This is like the most unfeminist thing I've ever seen. It was written by one of the greatest feminist writers of like ever. Fuck you, Emma.
Yeah, not Emerald Fennel. With the pet thing again, Catherine. I literally just want to say Margot Robbie because that's all I saw.
Just say Margot Robbie.
So Margot Robbie calls him. She says, "I named him. He is mine."
My mom just sent me the funniest message. I just got a message from her that says, "I put." Ooh, Mum's been zooming in on my Instagram photos. Sorry, carry on.
I thought the thing at the end where she dies, spoilers, she has got all like...
Spoiler, if you haven't read the book, it was released 20 years ago, get a grip.
Yeah. She's got leeches all around her bed, and basically the walls are coloured to look like her skin, and so the leeches kind of mistake her fucking skin for the wall. And like there's this wide shot of all the leeches on her body and on the wall, and it's so like gross. Like it's over the top. It's too much.
The body wall thing was awful.
It's over the top. We get it. I can have media literacy that she feels chained to the house and that she's becoming one with the house because she's stuck there. I can get that fucking message without her skin being the walls, Emerald Fennel.
Wuthering Heights for idiots.
A lot will
what I mean? Like,
put that out of the podcast that was talking about those two women that was talking about it, because they did a really good job. And go watch that episode because I'm going to listen to the whole thing now that I've seen the movie. What did they say? It feels like the end of cinema or something, or like
it feels like the downfall of cinema in a way, because it's like the TikTokification of like cinema basically, and it's cut out anything sophisticated about Emily Bronte's work and has dumbed it down seriously, where you take out like any themes of like race, class and gender basically, and it all that remains is like
veneers.
Yeah.
All that remains is veneers, and that might be around my review.
And Jacob Elordi's earring is all that remain.
I thought the amount of blood on her deathbed was totally. I wrote garish. I wrote garish.
That pissed me off so bad.
Am I using that word correctly?
Garish?
Yeah.
Well, it pissed me off about how like perfect like her death. Garish. Yeah. Like the death scene really pissed me off because it felt like even her death was like stylized and it was frustrating because I just didn't see anything. What I just saw, none of it was real. Like nothing. I didn't feel any of it was real. No. Like, because when people have miscarriages, blood doesn't just pool and then like what? Literally, what was that?
River, it's like a river of blood.
I felt like the whole thing was really disrespectful because it covered so many. Like, I think my mum would have a really, really hard time watching it, and not because she's read the book. I don't even think she has, but like I think she's dealt with a lot of like issues that film vaguely attempted to portray, and I think she'd really, really struggle. Then it's not done respectfully, it's done in a like really grotesquely stylized way to try and aestheticize something that's actually really hurtful and human, and life doesn't look like that. And when it's like 2 and a bit hours of life not looking like that, all you feel is like detached, and like if it's every now and again like there's like a really cool stylized moment, like sure, but not if it's like the whole thing.
And like that's not really what Emerald Fennel's going for as well. She wants you to be attached to these characters like she's attached to them, because she this is her fan fiction of the book, and so she wants you to be attached to these characters and feel sexy.
Fucking work, mate.
No, sorry. She wants them to feel sexy when they feel sexy, and she wants you to feel sad when they feel sad. And I just didn't. I thought it was really I think garish, whatever it is. Like,
garish,
yes, it is the right word for like literally a river of blood pouring onto this woman's white bed sheets as she bleeds out vaginally to her literal death. And it was just really gross.
You through my really comprehensive notes. First of all, I said trying to fucking do Pride and Prejudice, which they can't, because that actually had feeling and emotion behind it. I felt that so much with Jacob Elordi when he was like, I mean, I know he was covered in rain most of the time, but like when he was in like that white shirt, it was just, to me it was such a glaringly obvious, like, it was straight out of Pride and Prejudice. But it's so annoying because in that film we actually felt grounded in, you know, or film, TV series, whichever, you actually feel like grounded in the characters, and it feels like a moment. But it didn't feel like a moment because we were having moments every 2 seconds or she was trying to force us to have moments every 2 seconds, and it was too much. It was too much. I didn't enjoy it. And then also, the last thought that I have, this is not a romance. Emerald Fennell, Wuthering Heights is not a romance. That is not what it is. Love is like not even like the third most important theme of the whole thing. It's not. I don't know what you were reading. And also, if you can make that, but let's not study the name of Wuthering Heights. Let's like do something else. Write something new and claim that it's new. I don't care. Just please do not throw like Emily Bronte's like work under the bus. It's gross and it's not, and it's unfeminist.
Yeah, I didn't really like the montage at the end as well.
Oh, the other thing, I felt like there were loads of montages all the way through.
Yes.
Loads and loads of montages, and they didn't work. I felt like they didn't work because it was unclear as to like what time was doing, what time was up to. Yeah, and it felt like a bit choppy and showy.
Yeah, and because of its choppiness and its lack of groundedness in like because we didn't know what time it was, the film felt like it had to be over expositional with like, oh well, it's been a year, Kathy, so like get over him. And I was like, right, okay, well, I thought Jacob Elordi's northern accent wasn't all that in a bag of chips.
It wasn't the best accent I've ever heard, but also it could have been like a lot worse.
I feel like he tried.
The other thing that I find upsetting is, well, I feel like you're probably going to find it more upsetting than I am. But it's irritating that, you know, obviously Margot Robbie's like Australian and it's such a English story. I don't understand why everything's becoming really adverse to just casting people from that area, like unknowns from that area. I think it would have benefited it so much more if there was like a Kathy who actually looked like she lived on the moors and like had the connection with the moors, because Margot Robbie didn't look like she did.
iPhone face. I really like that they cast Owen Cooper. I support fucking northern creatives, especially because speaking as a northern creative,
northern story. Emily Bronte she literally was from Yorkshire. She would have written, the book is written in the Yorkshire dialect, people. It's literally, that book is so hard to read because it's written in the local local dialect. It's impossible. It's like Lorna Doone. My dad struggled with that book for years because because that was written in like the West Country, really strong Devonshire accent, and it makes it really difficult to read. But it's like, I think if she bothered to write it that way, rather than writing it in like standard English, I think she's trying to tell you something there. I think she's trying to tell you something.
I've got a headline from Yorkshire Live here from 2 days ago, which is obviously news about Yorkshire, which says, quote, Wuthering Heights is a Yorkshire masterpiece, but the film's just another lazy caricature of northernness. After 100 okay, this is by Lyra Old.
Shout out Lyra.
Oh, is it going to focus? Yeah, okay, you'll find it, Rachel. After 136 minutes of watching these Aussies, talented as they are, frolic across the bull of Yorkshire spotlight, Swalesdale and Garthdale, I believe the suspicions are actually of another Yorkshire caricature were sadly true. Despite the beauty, culture and warmth Yorkshire has to offer, director Emily Fennell, the daughter of a jewellery designer from Chelsea, once again fell victim to the trope of using northernness to convey stupidity, beastliness and savagery.
That's what they did in Bridgerton as well.
And it's so disgusting, and I'm so tired. Isn't it? It's 2026. It's actually so tired, and I'm fucking over it.
And people don't see it, but it's everywhere. Genuinely, like when when I went to that Bridgerton, too many friends, when I went to that Bridgerton watch party. Yeah. Well, there was this one actor in the entire thing who had like a northern accent. It was like the most Yorkshire accent I've ever heard in my life, and like what he was saying wasn't funny. Like he wasn't trying to be funny. He was just like talking normally. But like the people I were with, who English is not their first language, to give them the benefit of the doubt, they were laughing and laughing and laughing at the way he was speaking. And I was sitting there like, but guys, he's not trying to be funny. They were like, oh my God, what is that accent? I've never heard that before. And I was like, guys, it's from the north of England. And they were like, and I don't know. I gave up because like, whatever. I haven't hung out with them since. But like, I don't know, it really gets ingrained in people's brains when they don't like see it. It's like really subtle like messaging, and it's like terrible.
It really does.
Actually knows what they're talking about.
It really does.
The most southern voice ever, like.
Because like I'm not from Yorkshire, but I live like 20 minutes away from Yorkshire. I'm from Oldham, which is on the border, right? Okay, so I sound Yorkshire. My dad lives in Bradford. All right. And obviously I got to uni in Bristol, and when I came down here, I don't normally. I've never been to the south much in my life, and people were like, I'd say certain words or certain things, and people would be like, I've only ever heard that in books, or
And you know whose books they were? The Brontes.
and I've got called working class scum since I've been here, and it's just all like very ingrained in people. Oh, as I was sat watching this film to bring it back, I was just thinking of how they conveyed northern people and the Yorkshire accent, and I was just sat there and I was thinking of Emerald Fennell and her little rich life and her little southern accent, and I was just thinking like, this ain't it. Like it just wasn't it, and I just really didn't like it. I'm sorry, Emerald Fennell, and I'm gonna link this podcast in my review on Letterboxd because I feel like I can't do a one word about it.
I think Emerald Fennell does what Emerald Fennell does. I just think she was the wrong director for the project completely. I think it would be so nice to actually see an adaptation of Wuthering Heights, a modern, like, I know there have been literally millions, but like a modern adaptation where we can tackle issues like race, class with a bit more awareness, I guess, which is decency. And because there's only ever been one Black Heathcliff.
Fucking hell, do better.
And it's like, it would be great to have that experience of like a modern take on the story with someone who, because obviously different groups, and we're going really deep now. Obviously, different groups in society have different experience of like societies. Like grow up and like depending on like where you live. Obviously, in the UK, you're going to have different experiences, like what your backgrounds are, like what gender you are, like what race you are. Like it all, unfortunately, like is going to mean that your like view on the world and the way that you've been raised is like totally different. And so to have somebody come in from the southest south ever, right, and then doesn't have the currency to like deal with like the issues properly because you don't really understand them because you've never been there before, probably, and to cast people who are from the other side of the world who will never understand what it means to like actually be raised on the moors and actually to have the experience of what it's like to live in the north of England. Like it just feels like that should be the bare minimum respectful, but also the choices that she made I think speak a lot to the kind of film that she wanted to make. It wasn't really about that. It wasn't about like she didn't care. It's not about that experience. It's not about anything other than Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi like yearning after each other for 2 hours, and it's not about anything else, and it was such a surface level interpretation that if you really want surface level bullshit for 2 hours, then I think you should go and see it. But if you want anything more than from a film, which I think people should,
that's what film is.
That's what film is. Cut to what's his name at the speech at the BAFTAs the other day when he was like, anyone who says film is dead can literally just go fuck themselves. He's talking about stuff like this. Right? He's literally talking about stuff like this. And it's so frustrating because at the end of the day, Emerald Fennell, she's a female director. I want to give her my support because it's, because again, at the end of the day, she's a female voice. She's a female voice making a film about something that was written by a woman. So that should be like a valuable thing. But that wasn't, and that's really disappointing. So I think we've milked it for all it's worth.
Emerald Fennell, don't call me. Don't want to work on your stuff.
We're not attacking you personally. We're just taking a take on the rest of the internet would
but
agree
unfortunately, your personality is all over this movie like a fly on shit.
That's nice.
And can't remove it, and I'm sorry, and I tried.
Us sitting here like criticising a film isn't going to make any difference to anything. So.
No, but I can have an opinion.
Well, we can have an opinion, and it's not like she's going to see it, so she's not going to be upset by it. And if you are upset by it, then
leave a comment, because it helps our engagement. All right, on to go.
On to go, guys.
Hello. Seated for go. So, my predictions are, I think it's going to be bussin'.
I'm ready for some peak, guys. You don't understand.
After Wuthering Heights, I think...
Wuthering Heights.
No. I think we're ready for some good for some good stuff. The animation looks great. I think the story looks really good. Don't open your cupcakes any louder, mate. We got white cupcakes.
Oh, it smells awesome.
White cupcakes for Goat, brown
Eating
cupcakes for
cupcakes
Wuthering
all the way through
Heights.
Wuthering
Animation
Heights.
looks great. The voice acting looks great.
Yeah, I love Sony Animation is just great.
I feel like they're the new standards for animation, and
Yeah,
I'm excited to
we're ready
see,
to see what they've got
what
to
this film
offer.
holds.
Yeah.
I hope there's not too many kids.
Yeah, but it's a Monday afternoon. Oh, I guess when do kids finish school? 3.
Is it half term? I don't even know.
No, it's not. It's first day back at school today.
Oh, first day back.
Yeah.
We're alone. Oh, how cool is this? This scoring.
What do you think stars you're gonna give it?
3.5,
I'm
4.
thinking 3.5. Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm ready. Is the music? Have we listened to the music yet?
No, surprise.
But it is a musical.
No,
No.
no, I don't think so. I don't think so. See, I have to go.
Hello everyone, we're back and we're seated and we're
It's the following day
it's the
because we got
following
home and
day
crashed.
because we've got stuff to do. And yeah, we realised that we didn't tell you guys about Goat at all. So we're just gonna sit down, give our thoughts, and then outro this video, I think. Just to start off, what did you rate this out of 5?
I think I rated Goat 4 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Bussing.
How about you, Rachel?
Shame we haven't already had this conversation. 4.5. I gave it 4.5. I was thinking about giving it 5, but I didn't, just because there was this tiny little there's a little something that wasn't quite a 5-star film, but it was still so good. It was so good. Yeah. I think seeing Wuthering Heights beforehand made it seem even better.
Yeah.
To be honest.
As you can probably tell by our, it was a
what you've
30-minute
watched.
long, in-depth pub garden conversation that we were very mad about.
And
As
we
you can-
cooked. We were watching it back
cooking,
this
we were
morning
cooking.
and we cooked. So.
And I stand by everything I said.
Yeah, for sure.
Surely.
For sure.
I think, anyway. Don't quote me on that. But, yeah. But Goat was so good. I love the animation style. I've said a million times, I think Sony's the new standard for animation, and they once again prove themselves to be worthy of that title.
I love the look that they have. I think they did such an amazing job of world building. I managed to find basically in the cinema where we were, there were a bunch of booklets. So yesterday I actually almost tore my nail apart doing it, but I was taking out the staples and cutting up the posters. So now we have a goat poster there, and then we also have a faraway tree poster just here. But yeah, they did. So for those of you who don't, I mean, I assume you do know because you're watching this, but Goat's basically about this little goat who really wants to be the greatest of all time in basketball. That's basically his story. And Sony do such an incredible job of just world building. I think it's I think world building can be really quite tricky to make it believable, but it was really funny the way they their society was structured. They had big, medium and small, animal sizes and different tiers to the different kingdoms. It was really, really cool. It's so funny when you can see the human traits put onto little animals, and it's so funny. There was this armadillo at the diner where Will, the main character, he goes there because his mum used to work there and all of his friends are there, and there was this armadillo in a high-vis jacket, the biggest geezer ever, and it was just it's so funny. I LOL'd 3 times.
Yeah, we were loving it.
It was so funny. The
Hooting
soundtrack
and
was
hollering
so
at cinema.
good.
The soundtrack was so
bussin'.
amazing.
It was so incredible.
I'll be listening to it for sure.
For sure, yeah.
I didn't make a lot of notes.
No, I didn't make any. I don't know why I'm looking at this.
Because I was locked in. Because
It was such a good film.
if you have a good film, I don't have critiques or okay. So I just wrote a few things. I put that Will reminds me of Cusco a lot in the way he acts. Not Cusco from Emperor's New Groove, by the way. Not in a bad way like Cusco is, but just his charm. I think he's very it's like Cusco, so I really liked it. I thought soundtrack is fire. I like small obviously because you're working, it's hand drawn animation and that type of style, and they had a lot of small details that obviously you need to rewatch to get all of them.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
so like when Will signed his contract with, is it Miss Hogg or whatever
don't
her
know
name
what her
is?
name
That
is.
they're like evil. She's like the villain of the story. Like she's like who
she owns the team and then
basketball
sells
team.
it at the last minute.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
Well, he signed his contract with her, and the date on the contract was February 13th. Which I
That's
thought
so
was really
funny.
fun, like little details like that.
That's the day it released. Just guys.
Oh yeah, I was thinking
Why did you
like
think it was
bad
fun?
luck.
Oh no, that's the day it released.
Oh right, I didn't even
Because it was Wuthering Goat.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, that is cool. That makes it more cool because I thought it was just like, oh, unlucky, like February 13th. But
We took
wow,
two different things from that.
and then
Reputation, guys.
my only real critique with it was that the sponsorships were so heavy
I just thought it
that
was
sometimes
funny.
it felt like an ad. Like, especially, there was something by Under Armour, which is fine because it leads to the basketball thing. Like, they have a lot of Under Armour shoes and they're all wearing, like, the Under Armour logo on their jerseys and stuff, which is fine because they're a sports team. But, like, they're sponsored by Mercedes as well.
Oh yeah.
And it was so, especially because, like, it's not in a human world. It's not just animated. It's in this, like, Zootropolis kind of animal world. And so every time a Mercedes rocked up, it literally, like, turned into the biggest commercial, which just felt so out of the art style. Especially because some other cars that are in the movie are, like, your typical cartoon car with, like... And
Especially
so it
for the
felt
little
so
animals.
weird. Yeah, and it completely pulled me out of it, but that's my only real critique. I thought the characters were really strong.
So strong, yeah.
You really cared about all of them, even if they're on for like 2 seconds, like really background characters.
Yeah. Like the dad and his millions of hamster children.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Like, because he's meant to be, like, the catalyst of the story as well is that Will is living in this, like, hamster's
house.
garage. And, like, he gets kicked out because he can't pay
A
rent.
low point, I think.
Yeah. But, like, it's meant to be a low point and bad, but you don't feel like the hamster dad's a villain. He's just like, oh, I just want to feed my kids and I just rent it out to
And then
someone
there's
else.
this really funny
Because
bit
he's still cheering
where...
him on.
Yeah, and there's this really funny bit where, like, Will can overhear, like, the mum hamster who you never meet being like, oh, I'm pregnant again. And he already has, like, 10 million children, obviously, because they're hamsters. And he's like, oh, great. Will, I need that rent right now. And it's just like, yeah, it was nice.
Oh, and actually, I have a goat fact on my cellular that I saw last night on
Goat.
Twitter. Goat is now tracking to become the first Sony Pictures Animation original film to cross 300 million worldwide. Now running at 69% ahead of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, 46% above Space Jam: A New Legacy, and 43% higher than The Bad Guys. So,
Wow.
I'm so glad people are showing up and showing out for Goat,
Because
my marketing promo on that
It's
one
worked.
episode we
It's
did has
worked.
worked.
It
You're
has
welcome,
worked.
Sony Animation.
Sponsor
I did
us.
it.
Yeah. Like, how do you feel now you've actually finally seen Go? I don't know where this fixation came from, by the way.
I just got obsessed with the trailer. I feel at peace with the world. I like that. I saw something that I wanted to watch. I watched it, and it was great.
Yeah.
It was the Go.
It was the Go. It was... I just love animation so much. I love it. I love, like, the extra details and how you can watch it again and again, because obviously everything's been, like, crafted, obviously, onto the screen. I don't know. I'd love to... I'm going to get it on DVD for sure.
For sure.
For sure. Yeah.
I think that's all I have to say.
Yeah, to be honest. I mean, yeah, no notes.
No notes.
No notes.
Great.
Less heavy on the ads next time, but
Yeah.
whatever.
That's all. So,
That's
if you're planning a trip to the cinema anytime soon...
Which you should be.
Which you should be. Support your local independent cinema. Cinema belongs in cinemas.
It's just not expensive, and it's just such a good way to have a great time.
It's not expensive on, like,
If
shop.
you choose the right
Choose
ones.
the right
Like,
cinema,
it's
shop.
easy.
Like, we're not...
Yeah, it can be expensive if you want to do it that way, but also you can do it so cheaply as well. Like, look out for
If
like
you're
saver days of the
saver
week, and like
days.
often independent cinemas will have so many like different really good deals on that we might
If you're in
invest
Bristol, support Watershed. Sometimes they do, like, pensioners tickets, student tickets, under 25 tickets. Like, have a look at your local independent guys, because they're really good and they could use your support in these dark era of streaming. Dark era of streaming.
Although there were so many people in the cinema today, especially for Wuthering Heights. I know that they were mostly like old people, but still,
Yeah, I'm glad.
I was surprised by it because the cinema we went to was actually tiny. And yeah, there were lots of people. So I was kind of surprised. I think it's because the only cinema... Well, I live like just north of London, and the only cinema close to me is like Cineworld, and that it literally costs the earth, and it's huge, and I don't know, it just sucks. It sucks. So it's great. Bristol's great for like cinemas and stuff.
Yeah, it is.
It's because I live in the middle of nowhere. That's why.
Boo.
Anyway, that's all we have to say, guys. I think.
Yeah, thank you for watching this video.
This is one of our favorite videos. We've been editing it for the last 24 hours.
I think we like. We're coming to learn that we like this different format because it's nice sitting here and doing this really scripted like back and forth.
Yeah.
But I think.
But sometimes it's nice talking about.
It's nice having an organic conversation.
An organic conversation just after you've seen the film, especially like new releases as well. I feel like a lot of the episodes we're doing, we're picking like themes, so often they're not new releases because it's like musicals or it's a specific director or whatever, and those releases aren't usually very recent, obviously, because it's like the extent of somebody's career. So like I've really enjoyed.
I've enjoyed it as well.
Really enjoyed it, and we've it
feels fresh.
Yeah, it feels fresh, and we're trying like lots of different formats. So we're just gonna see what works.
Yeah. See what sticks. So let us know.
The joy of independent podcast making.
Boop. So, oh my god, we've just made a TikTok as well,
guys. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram,
YouTube
subscribe.
Shorts are popping off for some reason.
Well, some of them are, some of them aren't.
So
yeah,
enjoy that. Trying. Watch our BAFTAs video because that's a YouTube exclusive if you're listening on Spotify and Amazon.
Spotify, surely. To this episode, I guess we could.
The audio is quite good.
Oh, well, okay, we'll put it on. Okay, we'll put this
Hi,
on.
Croup, if you're listening in the gym.
Hey, Croup, and hey to your dad.
Hi to my dad who's listening it to sleep. Thank
you
so
guys
much
for watching this video, guys. We love you. See you in the next one.
Bye!